My name is Aaron. I'm from the Philippines. I've been here in Hong Kong for about 12 years now. When I first came to Hong Kong, my first impression of it, or at least what I've heard of it, is that it is a very multicultural society. And it is true. Once you step in Hong Kong, you'll get to find lots of people from different countries, either visiting, working here, living here, etc., different colors, etc. And the issue of racial discrimination didn't really come up during my first few months here in Hong Kong. But it was only later on, after a few years, that I get to realize that it really exists racial discrimination in Hong Kong, and it's a very serious problem. It was one experience of mine and my former colleagues in my office before. We went to a public beach here in Hong Kong. We were planning to do some barbecue, swim, it was a birthday celebration, etc. And then there were several kids, no, not kids, like youngsters, about probably 13 to 16-year-old kids also there, and they were occupying like a couple of barbecue pits, but they weren't really using it. They weren't using it, so we thought that we could use one of them, because they were just there. They have their bags there. They were not cooking anything. They were just there talking. So we put our stuff in one of the barbecue pits, and then one of the kid, or no, not one of the 2 or 3 of them, told us that they're using it, and we told them, but you're not using it. You're just putting your bags here, and we thought that since you are occupying other barbecue pits, maybe you could use this one. And they said, no, we're using it, and you're not Chinese, so go away. So I was really kind of shocked to hear young people say that. We called the police that time and reported it, but since that time there was no racial discrimination ordinance yet. The police said that they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. They could just file a report, and that was just it. There's no investigation, there's no filing of charges, etc. But what I was most sad about is that this came from young people. And I was thinking, if they have this kind of idea when they are 13, 14, 15, I wonder how they will grow up, and I wonder how they will see other people once they are grown up. And I think that's when I realized that racial discrimination in Hong Kong is widespread but hidden, in a cover of multiculturalism, in a cover of being tolerant to other people. It is actually deep-seated, and it starts in very young, in people with very young ages. And that's when I also realized that I was asking why does it have to, why do they have that even when they are young? And I thought that it is really more of there is a systematic racism in Hong Kong. The condition itself breeds the kind of thinking. The condition in Hong Kong, the policies in Hong Kong, the situation in Hong Kong, labor, economic, political, the disparity, the wealth gap, all these differences is actually a rich breeding ground for racist ideas. And for the past couple of years, we have seen it as well. I mean, I am working with migrant workers, and every day I get to hear about how they get treated. It might not be an evident racial discrimination, but it is discrimination based on their economic status in Hong Kong, and it is also racial in nature, because these people are non-Hong Kong people, non-Chinese people. That's the basic thing, is if they are Chinese, or if they are from Hong Kong, will they be treated like this? Of course, the thing is, if they are Chinese, they wouldn't really be working as domestic workers. That's why Hong Kong imports domestic workers, because Hong Kong people do not want to do domestic work. So that's where I find the systematic discrimination. When I say systematic discrimination, it is really in the situation itself. in the system itself, in the policies that exist, in the policies that are being implemented. It is the condition that creates a very rich breeding ground for racist ideas, and it is very sad that children, young people, gets exposed to these kinds of ideas even at an early age. And that is why I think the education, the cultural understanding, exposure to other people's cultures, other people's ways of life, Hong Kong kids going out of their own comfort zone and comfort of being a Hong Kong resident, and seeing how other people really lives, how they really think, etc., will be good to develop the genuine multicultural spirit that Hong Kong is projecting itself to have. And I think that is one key thing that Hong Kong society should do to the young people here. That's all.